Hi readers, I picked a beautiful spot to read today's story. That right there is the Willoughby Gap. Down in there is Willoughby Lake, and I am at the beautiful Burke Mountain Resort today. So here's the book I have to share with you. It's called Up the Creek and is by Nicholas Oldland. And when I'm done sharing this story with you, I'll show you the view a little bit better. It's a little hazy today, so it's kind of hard to see. You might hear people because I'm just on a deck where there are people around. There's just a wedding here, and there's lots of mountain bikers around, so it's a little busy. Up the creek. I think I've read this one before in a recording, but it's been a while, and it's just one that caught my eye today when I was looking for books to share. There once was a bear, a moose, and a beaver who were the best of friends, though they often disagreed. One sunny day, the bear, the moose, and the beaver decided to go canoeing. The moose wanted to steer, but so did the bear and the beaver. They all sat in the stern, the back of the boat. With so much weight on the back of the boat, it flipped, and it ended up in the water. They ended up in the water. Of course, the canoe was already in the water. So they played eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and it was decided that the moose would steer. They all settled back into the canoe and began to paddle. And the beaver is saying, "Catch a tiger by the toe. If it hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe." The bear insisted on paddling port side, but the beaver and the moose also preferred the left. With everyone paddling in the same direction, they just traveled in circles. Soon their arms grew tired, and they began to switch sides. That's when they finally started to travel in a straight line. But just as they began to make progress, they came to a stop at a beaver dam. They all had different ideas of how to get across. The beaver wanted to push the canoe, but that didn't work. The moose thought they should pull the canoe, but that didn't work either. Fortunately, the bear figured it out. The only way was across to portage. There they go, up over their heads. Matching picture. Back in the water, the bear, the moose, and the beaver settled into a rhythm and started to really enjoy paddling along the river. It wasn't long before they began to argue. "Stop splashing! Keep paddling! I'm hungry!" They argued so loudly that they didn't notice the current was getting stronger or the quiet rumbling in the distance. What do you think is the quiet rumbling? I wondered if it was thunder, but I do see the sun is out, so maybe it's a waterfall? That's my guess. Until it was too late. The river had turned into wild white water rapids. Wild white water rapids. Say that fast 3 times. Ah! Thrown sideways and underwater, through the air and everywhere, the bear, the moose, and the beaver held on for their lives. Starting to think they come together maybe at the end and don't argue. Maybe. One more look at the view. So nice. Exhausted, bruised, and wet, the 3 friends landed on a rock in the middle of the rapids. Oh, bother. The moose wanted to burn the canoe and make a signal fire. The bear wanted to throw the beaver to shore to get help. These are funny ideas. The beaver figured swimming to shore would be safer. They argued over whose plan was best well into the night. Which plan do you think they should try? Lighting the canoe on fire, throwing beaver to get to shore, or swimming to shore? I guess that would be a good plan to try. The next morning, it dawned on the bear, the moose, and the beaver that they would have to work together to make it home safely. "We can do it!" Soon they climbed back into their battered canoe, took a deep breath, and ran the rapids. So brave. They twisted, leaped, crashed, and blasted through the water. The rapids were fierce, but with the bear's powerful strokes, the moose's steady hoof, and the beaver's clever commands, they set a true and clear course. There they go. At last, the bear, the moose, and the beaver made it to shore. Look at the canoe. Just in time. After a much-needed nap, the bear, the moose, and the beaver worked together to repair the canoe and paddles, catch some fish, and cook lunch. Before they tucked into their meal, they all gave thanks for the wildest adventure they had ever had. Check out what they're all having for a snack. Rested and relaxed, the bear, the moose, and the beaver were ready to set out for home. After taking a long look at the raging rapids, they decided to walk. And who could disagree with that? They did come together. There you go. That's the book, Up the Creek. I'm going to put the jacket back on the book. Turn to the person next to you and tell them what you thought of that book. I have nobody next to me right now, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm noticing in the back of the book that there are other books in this series, so I might try to check those out. All right, as promised, I'm going to take you for a little field trip over to see the view a little bit better. We'll see how this goes. Is my daughter laughing at me from inside the resort? Probably. Is that okay? Of course it is. So here is the beautiful view. If you have never come to Burke, I encourage you to come and visit, check it out, visit the resort, have lunch, have dinner, go to the pool, go mountain biking, go skiing, stay at the campground. There's so much to do. So from Burke Mountain, have a good day, readers.